So let's study AC chapter, alternating current. Alternating current, AC. Now, what is the difference between AC and DC? The difference is, okay, let me make a division here so that on one side I can show you AC and on the other side DC. So here let's look at direct current. On this side, I will talk about direct current or DC. And on this side, I will talk about alternating current or AC. Okay. A direct current circuit looks, I'm talking about the simple resistive circuit. So if there is a resistor and there is a DC source, direct current source, which is basically a battery. A battery is called a DC source. Okay, DC source. Now DC, some people write in the small letter, some people use capital letter. I sometimes use small letter, sometimes capital letter. For me, it doesn't make any difference. So this is DC source. Basically, DC source is nothing but a battery of certain EMF E, or maybe certain voltage V. So today I'll show voltage, doesn't matter, both are same because it's an ideal battery. There is no internal resistance. And even if there is an internal resistance, we are ignoring it. In AC, what happens is that we have the same resistor, and here an AC source is connected. Now AC source is very different from DC source. The symbol of AC source is this. This is the symbol of AC source. Okay, this is AC source. And you know, in AC source, the positive and negative terminals keep alternating. Here. In DC, you can say that this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. So current will flow like this. Current will flow like this. Now, whether this current will be constant or variable, it depends whether the circuit is purely resistive circuit or there is a capacitor also. Well, if there was a capacitor also, RC circuit, then this current would have been a variable current. But it would have been, I mean, the direction would have been this only, no? Which is clockwise direction. So this is DC current. Well, in this case, since it's a simple resistive circuit, so I will say that the DC current is the voltage applied by resistor R. In AC, what is happening is that the positive terminal and negative terminal keeps alternating like this, If you look at me, keeps alternating. As of now, this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. The very moment it will get flipped. So this will become the positive terminal. This will become the positive terminal, this will be the, and then this positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So you see, it keeps on flipping, it keeps on alternating. And that's why we call it alternating current, because the positive and negative terminal keeps on alternating. Now listen, when this is positive terminal, at the moment this is positive terminal, current will flow this way or not, which means clockwise. But the very next moment, this will become positive terminal and this will become negative terminal. And then the current will flow that way. Again, the very next moment, this will become positive terminal and this will become negative terminal. So current will flow this way. So current direction will keep on alternating between clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. I think we have studied a similar kind of circuit very recently, an LC oscillatory circuit. You remember very recently we studied an LC oscillatory circuit where we had a capacitor and an inductor. This capacitor was already charged up to Q naught, and then we close the switch. So what happened is that the current flew like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then clockwise, anti-clockwise. So it kept on happening, and there was what was the frequency of this oscillation? You remember, angular frequency was 1 by root LC. So frequency will be how much? It will be omega by 2 pi, because omega is 2 pi f. So 1 by 2 pi root over LC. Do you remember that? There was a question also based on this. Yeah. So what was the, okay, which type of current was there? It was an AC current. Anytime you see that the direction of current keeps alternating, you should realize that it's an AC current. Okay, now here, sorry, this AC source, I'll write just a little below. Here, this voltage, instantaneous voltage is capital V naught sine omega t. That means it's a sinusoidal voltage. You know, for a sine function, it is sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Sine is an alternating function or not? Sine is a periodic function or not? Of course it is. So this voltage is sinusoidal voltage. And when you take a snapshot, when you take a picture at a certain time, suppose you find that this is positive current, sorry, this is positive terminal, this is negative terminal. Well, I'm not saying that it is always going to remain the positive terminal and this is always going to remain the negative terminal. I'm not at all saying that. It will not happen. In fact, the positive and negative terminal will keep on alternating. But when you took a snapshot, when you took a photo, at that moment, suppose this was the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. So time has been frozen. When you take a photograph, what do? You actually freeze the time. You stop the time. So at this moment, current will be in this direction. This is instantaneous current. Okay, here things are changing. Here everything is constant. In DC source, the positive terminal and negative terminal doesn't keep on alternating. No, the positive terminal is fixed and the negative terminal is fixed. So the direction of current is also fixed. But in AC, everything is changing. Okay. So these are the things I'm going to write. I'm going to write here few things. So I'm going to write here that in case of DC circuit, the positive and negative terminals of the DC source, that is actually called battery. DC source is just another name of battery, is fixed, are fixed. The positive terminals and negative terminals are fixed. So the direction of current is also fixed. Okay, and here a constant current well, constant current will be only in case of R circuit. In case of resistive circuit, because if it is an LR circuit or RC circuit, current will not be constant. However, direction of current will still be same. It will not be an alternating current. It will still be direct current. Only thing is that the current value will keep changing. Because in LR circuit, which we studied very recently, and even in RC circuit, which we had studied like 3-4 months back in capacitor chapter. Yeah, we had seen that the value of current changes, but the direction remains same. So a constant current in case of our circuit flows. And what is that constant current? The current is, and here because the current is constant, so I will use the letter capital I, V by R. And in fact, I'll go above and even over here by mistake, I have chosen a small I, but I should use capital I. Capital I is used for constant value and small I is used for variable value. That is my way of doing it. Now let's come to the main thing here. In AC circuit, the positive and negative terminals of the AC source keeps alternating. Alternating means keeps changing. Okay, so the direction of current also keeps alternating. Okay, and here I'll write alternating means what? Means clockwise, anti-clockwise, and so on. So clockwise, then comma, clockwise to anti-clockwise, or I will use symbol because symbolically it is better to, yeah. So I will use symbol for that. So clockwise to anti-clockwise, again to clockwise, again to anti-clockwise, and so on. Yeah. Okay. Now, at a particular time t, suppose the instantaneous voltage, of AC source is V inst is equal to V naught sine omega t. Here omega is called angular frequency. Okay, so suppose this, like for example here, when you had taken this snapshot, at that time the voltage between these 2 points was V naught sine omega t, and this was positive terminal. Now it will not always remain positive terminal, it will keep varying. So at this moment, okay, at this moment, what will be the current? Current will be, instantaneous current will be instantaneous current will be small I inst will be instantaneous voltage divided by resistance, Ohm's law basically. So that will be V naught sine omega t by resistance. So instantaneous current will be V naught by resistance into sine omega t. Now this V naught by resistance can also be written as capital I naught, which is called peak current, maximum current, sine omega t. Okay. Now here, if we draw graph, so this will be the instantaneous current. This will be the instantaneous current, while this was instantaneous voltage. Here, everything is variable, and everything is variable sinusoidally variable. Now here, if we draw graph, in fact, if we draw graph here, in this case, in DC case, there was no logic of drawing graph, but still, if we draw graph here, in case of DC circuit, I mean, frankly, there was no need of drawing any graph for DC circuit, but if you still insist on drawing graph, which graph? Current versus time graph, then the graph will look like this. Anytime this current will be constant and it will be V by R. But here, if you draw graph, now here two types of graphs can be drawn. One is the voltage. Okay, one is the voltage across between time graph, and the other one will be current versus time graph. Just a moment. Yeah. So there will be two graphs. One will be the source voltage it means instantaneous voltage versus time graph. And how will this graph look like? Well, what was the function? The function was V inst is equal to V naught sine omega t. So it will be just like a sine graph. It will be just like a sine graph. Wasn't it? Yeah, it will be like this. Now see if I can. Oh my God, I want to copy this, man, which I'm not able to copy, but I will. You can't stop me from copying. Yeah. Okay. So you see, this is the repetition. This is what we call periodic function in mathematical language. Yeah. This one I can slightly. Fine. I am taking too much of time here, but I want my diagram to look better. Okay, fine. So this is source voltage versus time graph. Now, what will be the maximum value of this? The maximum value of this will be what? It will be V naught. You see this, and the minimum value of this will be how much? By the way, yeah, what will be the minimum value of this? It will be minus V naught here, minus V naught. Okay, this particular time is one particular time period, and that will be, why 2 pi by omega. We know where is the omega. This is the omega. Whatever is the coefficient of t, that is called omega. So that omega, if you divide it by 2 pi, I mean 2 pi by omega, you will get one time period. This will be 2t, this will be 3t, and so on. This will be T by 2 and so on. This will be your voltage versus time graph. Now, what about current versus? So you see there is a big difference between AC and DC. Now, what about current versus time graph? So, you know, for current versus time graph, what will be the difference? First of all, here I will write current. So, this will be instantaneous current. That was source voltage. This is simply current. I instantaneous, or small I itself means instantaneous. You know what will happen? Here the current will be I naught sine omega t. Current also is sinusoidal. So the function will be only like this only, but with a slight difference. You know what will be the difference? The difference will be that this will not be V naught. Okay, this will not be V naught. Second thing is that this function will be slightly squished, because you are going to, you know, I naught is how much? Come on, I naught is how much? What is the value of this I naught? Wasn't it V naught by R?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So V naught by R. So you see this function will be slightly, what you call, squished, or I don't know what you call in English, slightly compressed, because this is not voltage, this is current. And I want to delete this part also. Yeah. Yes. So for voltage, it was up to this, you see. And when you divide it by the resistance, you get the peak current, and that will be slightly smaller. Similarly, on the negative side, it was earlier up to this one. And when you divide it by the resistance, if the resistance is greater than 1, if the resistance is greater than 1, which is in the most cases, resistance is greater than 1 only. So this current will become less than V naught. It will be V naught by R. And now our job is to simply copy paste this. You know, this is periodic function. That's the beauty of periodic function. Periodic function can be copied and pasted, just like I'm doing. Copy paste like this. Okay. Time period will remain same, because anything inside it, this inside part will remain same. Only this part will become, in place of V naught, we will have V naught by R. And this thing we are studying for which type of circuit? For purely resistive circuit. Now later on we will see what happens if capacitor is also introduced, but that is not the topic of discussion now. Anyway, this will be the peak current I naught, and of course this will be the negative of the peak current I naught. Any problem till now? Okay, I have taken too much of time to explain these basic things. So for DC, current is, you see, a beautiful constant value. For AC, you see what is this current? Sometimes positive, sometimes, by the way, positive means you can say clockwise, and negative means anti-clockwise. So up from here till here, current was positive, that means it was clockwise. And here till here, current became negative, that means it became anti-clockwise. Similarly, from here to here, positive means current is clockwise, and from here to here, current is anti-clockwise. Okay. Now everything is variable in AC chapter. Everything is variable. The voltage is variable, the current is variable, The power dissipated in the circuit will be variable, though we have not yet talked about power, but very soon we will talk about power. That will also be variable. Everything will be variable. Now let's learn average current and RMS current. Okay, in case of AC. So, instantaneous current okay, I'll do one thing. I will write that in AC there are three types of values. In AC chapter or in AC circuit, there are in fact four types of values. Four types of values. In terms of current. So first let's look at the current. I'll explain. What I'm trying to say is, you will understand very soon what I'm trying to say. Let's talk about current. Well, there are four types of current. One is called instantaneous current. Instantaneous current. Instantaneous current is represented by the symbol small I. Okay. Or if you want to be more specific, small I, and in the subscript you should write inst. But when you use a small letter, it automatically means instantaneous. Then the other type of current is peak current. Peak means, and peak is represented by the symbol capital letter, and here we put a not sign. Okay. I naught. And then the other one is average current. On an average, how much current is flowing? That we represented with the symbol capital I, and we write AV here, or small I, and we put this type of symbol. You know, this also means average. Have you ever seen this symbol or not? This symbol mathematically means average. Okay. For example, in this classroom, suppose there are 60 students and I want to find average height. So how will we write height? Average height. Okay. Suppose, yeah, that's it. So average means this. Okay. And the other type of current is called RMS current. RMS means root mean square. Now, this is not the first time you are hearing this word. In heat and thermodynamics, the velocity was RMS velocity. We used to always consider RMS velocity of the gas molecules. Even in chemistry, you must have studied that. Even in physics, you have studied that. RMS means root mean square. But here right now in this chapter, we will learn to find RMS. Finding RMS itself is a big deal. I'll take one entire class to teach you how to find RMS values. So RMS current. RMS current is represented by, you know what symbol? Capital I. In the subscript, you can write RMS, but listen very carefully, very carefully. If you simply use the symbol capital I, it means RMS only. This is very important statement. It looks very simple statement, but very important. So capital I represents what? I'm not writing RMS. I'm only using capital I. It will represent what? RMS current. Capital I not represent what? Peak current. Small I represents what? Instantaneous current. You know, peak means maximum. By the way, peak word means maximum. So maximum current. And you know what was that maximum current? In this, in the previous page, see, if this is the current function, then this thing which comes outside, this is the maximum value of the current. That is called peak current. So Now, one thing here I would like to tell you that average value of the current will always be zero. I want to emphasize upon this. Average value of the current in AC chapter will always be zero. You know why? Yeah. Average value of the current will always be zero because if you look at the current graph, from here to here, current is positive. And from here to here, current is negative. So what will be the average current up till this point? The positive and the negative values will cancel out each other and the average value of the current will be zero. In fact, for any function which is positive for half of the time and negative for the other half of the time, the average value will be zero. So average current will always be zero. That is why this quantity is least important. I said now there are in AC chapter, there are 4 types of values. Which are the 4 types of values? Instantaneous value, peak value, average value, and RMS value. Out of these 4 values, average value is the least important value. Why? Because it will always be zero. So it doesn't give you any information. Fine. And which one is the most important quantity? Actually, we will see very soon that RMS value is the most important. By the way, RMS is also one kind of average only, because what is the full form of RMS? Root mean square. Root mean square. Here mean means what? Mean is another meaning of another word for average. So root average square. So here to find RMS value, what do? We first square it, and then we find the average, and then again we find the under root. Why do we do that? Because when you square the quantity, then even the negative quantity will become positive. Like square of -2, we all know it is 4. So even if current was negative, when you square it, it will become positive. And when it becomes positive, and after that, if you find the average, it will not turn out to be zero. It will not. Why was the average coming out to be zero? In this function, why was the average coming out to be zero? Because if you find average up till this point, which is one time period, for half of the time, current was positive. For the other half, current is negative. And when you add the positive with the negative, the result is zero. But if you square it, then what will happen? Then this positive will remain positive, but this negative will also become positive now, because you are squaring it. And now if you find the average, it will not be zero because both are positives. Okay, so why do we find RMS? Because, and how do we find RMS? First you square, then you find average, and then you under root it. We will, as I said, I will explain a lot of time to teach you how to find RMS. Now, similarly, okay, let me very quickly, without wasting time, let me very quickly now tell you that for voltages also, there are the same 4 quantities. There are the same 4 quantities for voltages also. Okay. Okay. So first is instantaneous voltage. Instead of instantaneous current, we have instantaneous voltage. And how will we represent it? With the letters small v. Or if you want to be more specific, you should also use the letter inst below it in the subscript. Then second will be peak voltage. How will we represent it? With the symbol capital V naught. Average voltage, how will we represent it? Either by writing V average or by putting this symbol. This symbol basically means average. And RMS voltage. How will we represent RMS voltage? Capital V in the subscript RMS, but even if you don't use the subscript RMS, if you simply write capital V, everybody will understand that you are talking about RMS voltage, just like current, RMS current, capital I, RMS voltage, capital V. Okay, so for instantaneous, small v, for RMS, capital V. Average voltage is of, though I have written the value, but average voltage will always be zero. It will always be zero because even voltage is positive for half of the time period and negative for the other half. Okay.